quality inspection is a series of processes that a user and the system will take in order to record the results from an inspection of a material, a service, or a process that's been inspected. Typically it will be a material, to record the defects if there is any, and to take the decision if the material can be used further in the process, whether it's production in case of a raw material, for example, or could be a resale product that will be sold to the customer and shipped to the customer. And then we have also the last part, which is the stock posting for that. So let's review one by one these different process steps, and we will understand completely the quality inspection process. The inspection lot creation is the starting point of the process and can be triggered automatically by the system, or it can be created manually by a user. After the creation of this inspection lot, which is kind of a tracking object, let's say, for the entire quality inspection of that material in particular, and when the material is controlled by batches, it's for that particular batch as well. For example, the results recording basically means to record whatever values were found in the different inspection method that the user or the laboratory, depending on the type of industry or operator in production, will inspect and record. The next step, depending on the functionality, if it's activated or not, the user or the technician can record the defects that were found during the inspection, for example. Depending on the defects type, we can use another functionality for the quality notifications. For example, we can define that the quality notification can be created automatically depending on the severity, for example. But this is a functionality. That's why this is not necessarily always happen. It will depend on the configuration for your own system or depending on the requirements of the company. The user decision is the next step, which is basically to decide if this inspection lot will be, let's say, approved or not, or different options. For example, depending on the configuration, we might have different stock posted, which is the next step, which is related and attached to the usage decision. Okay. So in the results recording, is always required a technician or a person to record the values independently. That this can be done automatically. Okay, basically needs this input. Automatically, I mean by electronic means, right? But typically would be manually type in the different fields that we need to fill in, and the user decision is always manual intervention. I mean, the person should decide if it's going to be approved or not. Of course, there is an automatic way of doing it as well, but it's a functionality that we can discuss later, okay, which is an automatic user decision. The stock posting is a result of this user decision. Okay, so typically, for example, if we use the approved, the normal one, I mean, we can define that it's gonna trigger the typical movement 321 that will move the quality stock into available stock. Okay, so basically, it will trigger different movements depending on the different options that we will have in the user decision. Okay, depending on the requirements from the company, we can have different results, let's say, of posting to this stock. Okay, for example, returning to the vendor, we can put it in scrap, we can put it into the block stock, for example, right, or the typical unrestricted available stock. Okay, so let's go to quality management. Let's go to quality inspection, inspection lot, processing, QA01. So we will create an inspection lot manually. As I mentioned before, the inspection lot can be created manually or can be created or triggered by different business processes. Okay, for example, a good receipt from a purchase order will create as well an inspection lot for 01 type, inspection type. For example, in this case, I set up inspection type 89, okay, which is miscellaneous for generic inspection lot that allows us to create a manual inspection lot. Okay, the manual inspection lot can be used, for example, if you suspect that one material or raw material or product or piece or spare part might be expired, for example, or might have some issues. You can create a manual inspection lot to inspect it. So in this case, we will be, this is the material, creating one just as an example so we can understand the object of the inspection lot. C710, and the origin for this inspection lot would be, as I mentioned, 89. Okay, we'll press enter. Okay, here basically if the materials is batch managed, we can type in the batch that we are doing a new inspection, let's say, with this new inspection lot. Or, for example, if it's a sample that we have received and we're not doing the good issue, the good receipt for that one, basically we can assign a new batch here, okay, automatically. Let's do it this time. Okay, first I need to put in the numbers of the inspection lot in quantities. In this case, 250 kgs. The system is assigning the batch, okay, batch number. I believe we have, yeah, we have everything. So let's go to inspection specifications. So the system has not assigned the inspection specification yet. In this case, we are using an inspection plan of usage 3. Okay, this is the standard in SAP. It's a usage 3, which is required for miscellaneous inspection lot origin, or inspection type, I would say. It's inspection type, it's attached to this. Basically, we can search for it and just see how it is assigned, okay? And it's the correct one because this is group 10 and the counter is 2, okay? So it means that group and counter will define a unique inspection plan, okay? In this case, usage 3. Yeah, so here we are. So the specification has been assigned. We just need, in this case, to calculate the sample, and everything is ready. Okay, so we have the sample assigned, and we have the inspection specifications assigned. Okay, so in this case, the lot is not inspected. It's a skip lot, as you can see, because we have a dynamic modification rule assigned. Okay, so that's why in this case we see the status skip in this case. Okay, so let's save it. Okay, and now I just want to show you again the inspection lot as an object. So we have the quantities here, we have the specifications, which is basically the inspection plan, the dynamic modification, and we have the usage decision that has not been evaluated yet. Okay, this is the next step we're going to discuss about. Okay, so result recording is the next step. So we go quality inspection, inspection result, results recording. We can close here. We can do this by, for example, samples, if we have the sample number. We will see that in an advanced training when we talk about the sample management process, but we can do this by material as well, or we can do this by date, for example. Okay, so I can just search for today, what are my inspection lots that are open. In this case, I will search for 89 in particular. Okay, I will just leave blank the material field here because we don't have too many. But in the laboratory, when there must be a lot of them, you can start filtering to get a narrow list, I would say. Okay, so let me close this. So basically we have basically this is because there is a skip lot. Okay, so we cannot record results for a skip lot. Okay, so we're forcing in this case. So let's put, let's say 49, and let's put accept. This is a manual evaluation. So we can say that it's okay, accepted. That's why we see this green icon here. And the usage decision can be done from here, even though we're not supposed to be doing this because this is a skip, okay? But I'm just for the sake of showing you all the processes. I'm going to show you the user decision here. Okay, so when you have some, let's say, out of spec characteristics, you will see the characteristics that are out of spec here. Okay, so you will know what to do with the user decision. But anyway, in this case, there is no out of spec characteristics, so we don't see anything. We just can choose the accepted in this case. Okay, so we're accepting this user decision, and we can just save this. Okay, it's saved. So we have recorded a very simple one master inspection characteristic plan. For this case, the inspection lot is tracking everything, so we can close this video for today. You have seen all the different steps, I would say, with the exception of the stock posting, because this miscellaneous 89 inspection type is not stock relevant. Okay, so we're not posting anything, we're just creating an inspection lot. We are inspecting, recording the results, recording defects if any, and taking the user decision. Okay, so in the real world scenario, if you have a skip inspection lot, then you don't have to do anything until the next inspection lot, which is not a skip. Okay, so that is for saving some costs. When you have a very good quality system and you trust your vendors, you can start using the dynamic modification rules to do this skip lots process. Okay, but we will discuss that in later videos and more advanced videos, basically. Thanks. This video is over, but don't you worry, there are more videos to come. Do you want to become an SAP S/4HANA QM consultant? If so, you can purchase the entire full series of videos, or you can purchase one-to-one coaching sessions with me. Thanks.